Sometimes life can really feel as a constant fight because you're always expecting some kind of outcome or some kind of result from your efforts. And I know this is really especially true if you're just starting out with something like a business or a hobby or anything just like me. And you're always thinking about the end goal, the end result. But I think that's not really beneficial for you, because what if you're not really getting the result that you expected? Like, what if you don't get the amount of views or the perfect creation, like the perfect artwork or the perfect piece of music or the perfect video? And most of the time this isn't really the reality, that you really get what you thought you would, that you would get the outcome that you thought you would. But I think what the difference between people that really are successful and people that always seem to struggle with life and always fight against the current is that the people that are successful, they're not really focused on the outcome. They don't expect these outcomes. They really focus on the process. And what this means is that you still care about outcomes because you need different kinds of things in life. You want recognition, you want some form of revenue to create a sustainable life. And you have some basic necessities and you have desires. But when you focus more on the process and not really on the outcomes, then what you'll see is that the reward is the process itself. And that a outcome like money or something you created or the recognition is just a byproduct. And I think this really creates a lot of freedom for you and me as creators, because you can just remember that it's okay if results are not really visible yet, because there are results. They're just not. You can't really touch them because you've gained experience and you learn new stuff. And that's way more important than these byproducts of outcomes. It's more about who you're becoming, the skills that you learn, and the way you see yourself and the world around you, than what you get from your efforts. And so this is what really creates a natural momentum, because if you focus on systems and on processes instead of results, you really take the emotional part out of the equation. You're not really bound anymore to how you're feeling, and you disconnect yourself from the feeling that you get from the reward. So if you just get not enough views as you expected, you think like it's okay because you are building systems that will be rewarded in the long term. And so success really becomes inevitable if you just focus on the process. Because over time, this is a way better long-term plan than just always expecting a reward. Because in the beginning, with everything, you can't really expect to get the rewards, because you're not really that experienced yet, and you first need to gain more experience and more skills. You need to learn how to do things, and you really need to enjoy the things that you are doing and that bring you more success. And with that, I think also your environment really plays a big role, because you need to work in a focused way. You need to have an environment that really complements your processes and your systems. And this is both for things like your physical environment and your digital environment. Because the physical environment will create processes for things like making music, for a good workspace, for creating art, or anything that you really desire. And the digital environments are things like having a website and automating things like emails, or creating videos. You need to have a structured automation process that really takes the most effort out of your hands. And so it really makes sense that you should focus on the processes instead, and that you should enjoy them. Because the results and the materialistic things, they don't really make you happy. Life is about experience, and you get the most fun out of life if you enjoy doing things instead of wanting materials or wanting stuff. And once you notice this, you begin to make the shift from a consumer to a creator, but more specifically, you become free because you work on the things that you love, and those systems and those processes will inevitably reward you with byproducts so that you can create a lifestyle that you desire, that you can receive money or recognition or build a system that provides value to you and to other people. And so if you really want to become successful, I would suggest that you focus on your processes. It's okay to not always get rewards, but build your systems and make them fun. Make the process fun, because that in itself is a success. So I am Mart, and I'll see you in the next video.